Firehall Theatre in Niagara Falls is taking on an 80-year-old classic to kick off its 2019-2020 season. Cast and crew are getting ready to perform Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit. The farce saw its London debut during World War II before moving on to Broadway and becoming a huge hit.
It's kind of interesting because it was written in the middle of the Blitz in London, and it opened as a show about death, but in the middle of actual death, and it was a surprise hit because to take something like that and turn it into a hilarious farce was what people needed at that time, and I think in 2019 we're still ready to laugh at this situation.
At no time must you address me or move or do anything in any way distracting. Is that quite clear?
What can you say about the cast, especially Tracy Thorpe and Richard in particular?
We have some new people to Firehall, which is always exciting for us. And the cast has been really willing to play, to try things out, and to explore what we can do with this material. Tracy's somebody I've worked with as an actor before and was directed by her last year. And so it's been really fun to collaborate with her. We know each other, and we have a sense of how each other works, so it really lets us kind of play off each other. And Richard, playing Charles, kind of came in sight unseen to us and just blew us away at the auditions, and he's been so willing to explore this character who at first seems like he has it all together, and then of course as his life becomes more chaotic, he becomes more frenzied and panicked about his situation.
Did you not see?
See what?
Elvira!
Elvira!
Yes! Elvira, dear. This is Ruth. Ruth, this is Elvira.
Richard Wouthuis stars as Charles, a novelist who takes a somewhat interesting route in researching his next book.
Charles is a upper middle class writer, pretty successful writer. He's intelligent, fancies himself witty, maybe a little bit morally suspect, and he is on his second marriage to Ruth, and he's researching a play for a book that he's writing, and part of that research is to do some research into the occult, and we have some fun conjuring up my first wife, and the fun ensues.
So he invites a medium to come in and do a seance. The first wife shows up, and that's where the play really takes off.
We invite Madame Arcadi over to do a seance, and my friends, the Bradmans. We have ourselves a nice little seance. Of course, none of us believe anything about this. We all think it's rather hokey-pokey, hocus-pocus kind of stuff. And we actually end up conjuring up Elvira.
I think you might at least be a little more pleased to see me. After all, you conjured me up.
Noel Coward's script sets up some very funny moments, as Elvira's ghost, played by Tracy Thorpe, can only be seen by her former husband.
She kind of wants her husband to herself, and unfortunately he's gotten remarried, and so she doesn't like that very much. So she tries to find a way to be with him.
Are there any special challenges to this role? Because that second wife doesn't actually see you on stage.
It gets a little confusing when you're on stage because she can't look at me. Sometimes she's talking to me once she realizes that I am actually there, but she doesn't know where I am. So she has to look sort of past me. We can't actually communicate. So that does pose some challenges.
That's a thoroughly immoral suggestion. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What is there immoral in that?
I wasn't talking to you.
Blithe Spirit opens October 25th with weekend performances right up to and including November 10th. For tickets and information, visit firehalltheatre.com. Reporting in Niagara Falls for The Source, I'm Mike Balsom.